Yo, yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Power Font, and this will be your full moon eclipse in Pisces tarot reading. The full moon in Pisces will peak on Sunday, September 7th at 2:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now we know that the eclipse is going to last before and after that time, but you know I always like the height of the moon's phase is when it's the most potent. Okay, yeah. So think about this. When you like eclipse something, or to eclipse something means to make something else smaller, to diminish the importance of the other thing. Okay, and the full moon we know is super bright because the moon is coming in between the sun and the earth. Okay, well, is it? I don't even know, but the sunlight is reflecting off of the moon. And that's the side that we can see because it's a full moon, but whatever. But the point is, okay, that to eclipse something, essentially, the moon is taking a little shine away from the sun, okay, diminishing the importance of the sun. Because people think, oh, we got moonlight. The moon doesn't give off light. The moon doesn't emanate light, even though we call it a luminary. Okay, the light that you see on the moon comes from the sun. Okay, so the sun's importance is never diminished. I don't know what Frank is doing. The sun's light can never be diminished. Okay, so the theme for this reading is you need to accept that you need love, nurturing, infinite beauty, joy. Okay, you need to accept that you need those things in your life. Okay, some people say, oh, I don't need nobody, I can be by myself and da da da. Oh no, you need somebody. Just might not know who that person is or what that thing might be. Okay, but you need love. You need to be nurtured. Okay, you need to be cared for. You need to feel emotional security. Okay, you need to feel the softness. You need to feel the tenderness, okay, of another person. So we're going to be using the Mahogany Tarot on today. And I ain't going to hold y'all. I'm hungry. I got something to do. And yeah, let's get started. Do you even remember what love feels like, looks like, smells like, tastes like? Maybe that last time threw you for a loop and you just was like, I'm going to be on my own. No, but you need the oneness, okay? You need oneness. And boom, of course, we're going to start off with 3 of Cups, okay? Go out there, socialize with your friends, have fun. It's okay. The need for belonging, acceptance, loving, tenderness, all of that stuff, it doesn't have to be romantic. You can get that from family. You can get that from friends, co-workers. Okay, it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. Okay, get out there with your people. Find your tribe. Okay. It's always good to see a group of like-minded individuals coming together in order to uplift each other. Okay? Okay. 9 of Cups. Yes. Happiness brings stability. It's the duality. You can't just be, because 3 times 3 is 9. So this is like the ultimate brunch here, okay? You can't work your life away and do all of these things and not enjoy it? Why aren't you allowing yourself to have fun? You keep your desire or need for acceptance buried so deep that you have to go through these great lengths to unearth your actual feelings. Okay? Only to get there and realize, do you even know how to enjoy yourself? Do you even know how to accept love and tenderness? Do you know how to give love? Okay, do you know how to emote? You've been repressing those feelings for so long. You're just so cold and callous, but I mean, you're gonna have to work on it. You're gonna have to work on it. You're just sitting there like a bump on the log. Everybody around you having fun, and you just looking like, I am out of my element. Two of Pentacles, you don't know how to feel or if the feelings that you are feeling are appropriate in the current state. You're so busy trying to balance your own feelings with the feelings of others. You don't want to take on, okay, other people's feelings, their point of view. You want to still be authentic to yourself and have your own experiences and draw upon those, okay? But I understand that navigating your own feelings sometimes can be a little tricky, especially when you don't have the language for your own feelings. And let me say that I'm saying it because Mercury, yes, the moon will oppose Mercury prior to the peak of the full moon. But then after that, the moon is going to quincunx Venus, trine Jupiter, and then semi-sextile Pluto. I mean, the moon making the stops like he always do, okay? But it's hard to navigate your own feelings when you don't have the language for them. Mercury, okay? And so that is why it is important to sit with the feelings that you have, use the language that you have, and maybe get a dictionary or a thesaurus or just, whatever search engine you want to use. I do not support AI at this time. We're still in the early developing stages, okay, as far as regular people like us having access. But utilize those tools that you have and those resources that you have to find the words that you are wanting to use, okay? Or that you think might be appropriate for how you feel. Oh, the Star and the Queen of Wands. I'm going to cover up my girl. She definitely gives Pam Grier. If you know, you know. Hopes, wishes, dreams come true. But this is also about loss. Okay? And then you get the Queen of Wands here. She was just celebrating with the homies. And now she got to go back to work. But the Star is associated with Aquarius. You have become so detached from your own feelings that you don't know when to pour into yourself or to pour into others. You don't know when you need emotional support, and you don't know when to give it or even how to give that same emotional support. You are at a loss for words, okay? You are at a loss for words. And so all you know how to do is spit fire. But also, people be forgetting. Let me show you. This is the Queen of Wands is not who she is portrayed to be. Okay, I just need y'all to know that. Okay, this girl here, friendly, loving, honorable. Okay? Yep. Love of money or certain success in business. Friendly is the key. Friendly is the key. That's the first step in emoting. Being a friend to yourself. Being a friend to others. Okay? Giving yourself grace. Allowing other people. Extending grace to other people. Grace and mercy is not just for babies. Okay? It isn't always going to come from God, source, Allah, higher power, universe. You have the power to give grace and mercy to others as well. Okay? So be a friend. Okay? I know you know how to do that. Okay? Let's see. What else? Saturn. The world. And we just talked about success, mastery. You have to master your own feelings, your own thoughts and second guesses about yourself. Okay? These are these fixed? Let me see. Yep, fixed. Meaning, it's hard for you to change your mind. It's hard for others to tell you what to do. Stop being so stubborn. Okay? Stop trying to hide how you truly feel and things you really want to do. Okay? Because it's going to garner the attention that you want. And this is also Aquarius too, right? Aquarius pops up again. So let's look at the world card from the zodiac perspective in these four corners. Taurus. You can't start off, you starting off stubborn. Leo, but if you want the attention, okay, appropriate positive attention, okay, all the love and the warmth, okay, the tenderness, the closeness, the wrong word I was about to say, okay, boom, you gotta stop hiding. Okay? You cannot keep your feelings a secret anymore. Do not. Being like stoic is not always good for everybody. Stoic is just like a person of little words, but you like got this stature that gives off like this power, this vibe. Okay? That's not always cute. That's not always sexy. Aquarius, you got to let that go. You got to transform. You're going to have to change in order to get all these hopes, wishes, and dreams to come true. Okay? And that is how you master your feelings. Okay? You stop being stubborn. Okay? Then you have to give what it is you're trying to receive. Okay? That's why Leos do anything. They want to give what they're getting. Well, they want to get what they're giving, okay? That's why they love hard, Frankie, okay? Then Scorpio, you're going to have to change all that. You got to transform. You got to change all that. You got to transform, okay? In order for everything to progress, to move forward, Aquarius. Stop. You don't have to rebel against everything. You don't have to be the first to do anything, okay? It's all about progress, slow bits of progress. The sun. Leo. Look at that baby. She's so cute. White horse. Enjoy those that you have with you in front of you right now. Okay, don't wait to tell somebody how you feel. Don't wait to say congratulations or to give compassion or to be empathetic or to give that compliment. Okay, because that opportunity is not always going to be there. Okay. So I got the star, sun, and world. 17, 19, 21. 7, 9, 1. Every other, every other, every other. Feel like you're going to skip a few steps, but that's because once you tap in, it's like, oh, I remember this. I know what a feeling feels like. I know what love is like. I know what having a crush is like. Okay, I think I like this person. I think I love this person. Okay. But you're not going to know until you get out there and explore and enjoy, okay, being out with other people, congregating, fellowshipping, okay? Knight of Swords. Ooh. I knew the moon was going to come out, but we'll get there. Okay. Knight of Swords. And once you have this revelation, you realize, dang, I really been holding myself back from all these different interactions, relationships, connections, opportunities, doors opening. Okay. And so now you're just gonna bust right through, because guess what? You have the language now. You have the clarity. You understand yourself more than you've ever understood yourself before. And so now that you're armed with this new knowledge, okay, after doing all of this self-reflection, all this introspection, you were able to let go. Okay, full moon, you were able to let go and release, okay, all of that weight. And I think that is evident by the Hanged Man, representing Neptune, ruler of Pisces, which this full moon eclipse will be happening in. Okay? After you've meditated and taken your time to think about everything that you've gone through emotionally up until this point, like taking stock and evaluating your emotions, right? I know it's in Pisces, but the last full moon eclipse was Virgo earlier this year. For the first part, earlier eclipse season, I was about to say hurricane season, but during that time, Pisces is opposite Virgo. Virgo was all about evaluation, observation, just like Mercury. So with the Hanged Man here, we are taking stock, evaluating, and reviewing how we feel now versus when we were in essentially chaos, like emotional chaos. Maybe you were stirred up about something, but now you're more cool, you're more calm, you're more collected. Okay? But the Hangman is also about sacrifice. Loving somebody and having caring feelings or nurturing, it requires sacrifice. Whether it's your time, money, energy, words, something. You're going to have to give up something in order to receive every single time. Okay, the moon is ruler of our receptive function. Not only to physically receive like a gift, but are you able to receive criticism? Are you able to receive words of encouragement? Okay? Pisces ain't playing. The moon represents Pisces. Okay? What's happening? What's happening here? Dog, wolf, lobster, moon. The sun already came. And then the moon shone through. The moon is just revealing to us that we needed this moment to mentally prepare for, is it the new moon eclipse at the end of the month? I think that's in Virgo. It is. It is. This is Pisces. This is in Virgo. So Virgo is to fix. Pisces is just going with the flow. Whatever. It don't matter. I'm either going to be the victim or I'm going to be the savior. Which one will you be? Are you going to save yourself or are you going to continue to allow yourself to be the victim? Because it's really just up here. Dreams, fantasy, delusion. I'm just saying to... Okay, I was going to say too many cards, but whatever. It's 2, and then I'm going to close it out. History, past, childhood. I don't know where this stemmed from. I don't know. Okay. A 3, a 2, a 9. Okay. I don't know where this stemmed from and why you felt like you needed to be so cold, or why you felt like you couldn't show emotion because what, you thought you were showing strength? Is that why we got the Sun card and not the Strength card? Because you equated lack of emotion to strength? That is not the same. That is not the same. Strength requires vulnerability. It requires you to be open and flexible to change. Yeah, I know. I know you didn't know that. You might not have known that. But that's just not what this society teaches us, sadly. Okay, let's just confirm 7 of Cups. Because everybody's always, oh, it just means confusion. People forget that tarot cards have like multiple meanings, like tons, okay, an array, okay. Reflection, imagination, nothing permanent. It's all in your head. This is not going to last forever, okay? You will not be a dark shadow of yourself forever. There's no way that could even happen, no matter which cup you choose. You can't stay in the dark. The universe will not allow you to stay there. You will get multiple opportunities to come back into the light. You will get multiple opportunities to tap back into your feelings, into your emotions, to reflect on how you've gotten to where you are now. Okay? You've been holding on so tight because I think whatever incident caused you to push down your feelings, I think you made that your MO, your whole identity. I think that's, oh, well, I'm not supposed to have feelings, so boom. When feelings come up, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm caring too much. Let me stop caring. Let me stop caring. You cut yourself off so hard. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure I do it too. I mean, I'm human. We're all human. It's all been done before. So it's not that serious. But, and I'm going to put this as top of the deck. Bottom of the deck. But all success isn't good success. I don't know why. I'm just not. I mean, I've seen it before, but it just caught my attention. You see this skull on this laurel wreath? No matter how successful you are, if you are not emotionally stable, that is not success. But you've made this your whole identity, and you don't know who you are without this emo or this dark, negative, cold, callous persona. You need to be who, you're never going to be who you were, but you need to not be who you are now. Cold, calm, cold, boundaries, limits. I'm getting Saturn because Saturn's right in the middle of it, and we're going Saturn retrograde. Is the day that I'm recording this on the 1st. It's in Pisces. So since Saturn is retrograde in Pisces, when the moon goes into Pisces, it's gonna tap in with Saturn. Let me see when. When is it gonna tap in with Saturn? When is the moon tapping in with Saturn during this time? Let me see. I see it's tapping in with Jupiter. Okay, the moon gonna hit Saturn the day before. Okay. Ooh, Mars opposed the moon? That'll be a good one. But yeah. You try to put these boundaries and these limits on how you feel, but you're supposed to allow your emotions to flow, Pisces, okay? The boundaries and limits with Saturn, but Pisces, you gotta let your guard down, okay? So I hope this reading was encouraging, positive, and I look forward to seeing y'all next